The Lost City of Atlantis, myth or reality? Imagine a magnificent civilization more advanced than its time, filled with towering palaces, glittering temples, and a society thriving in wealth and wisdom. Then, in a single day and night, it vanishes beneath the waves, lost forever. This is the story of Atlantis. But was it real, or just a legend? Let's dive deep into the mystery of the lost city of Atlantis and uncover the truth. Welcome to Cerebro Ethos. If you're passionate about philosophy, history, and the wisdom of the ages, you've come to the right place. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Now, let's journey back in time. The origin of Atlantis, Plato's account. Our journey begins in the 4th century BCE with the philosopher Plato. The tale of Atlantis comes from two of his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was a mighty naval power that existed about 9,000 years before his time. It was said to be an island larger than Libya and Asia combined, located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we know today as the Strait of Gibraltar. Plato described a utopian society ruled by wise kings, where philosophy, architecture, and science flourished. The city had concentric rings of water and land, and its temples were adorned with gold and silver. But then came its downfall. Atlantis became corrupt, greedy, and power-hungry. As a punishment from the gods, a great cataclysm struck, and Atlantis was swallowed by the sea. Search for Atlantis, clues and theories. For centuries, explorers, historians, and adventurers have searched for Atlantis. But where exactly was it? Let's look at some of the most intriguing theories. 1. The Minoan connection, Santorini, Greece. One of the most compelling theories linking Atlantis to a real historical civilization points to the Minoans, a Bronze Age society that thrived on the island of Crete and the surrounding Aegean islands. The Minoans were one of the most advanced civilizations of their time, flourishing between 2700 and 1100 BCE. They built grand palaces, developed an intricate writing system, and established a powerful trade network across the Mediterranean. However, their sudden decline has puzzled historians for centuries. At the heart of this theory is the catastrophic volcanic eruption of Thera, modern-day Santorini, one of the most powerful eruptions in recorded history. Around 1600 BCE, the island of Thera was home to a prosperous Minoan colony. The eruption devastated the island, creating massive tsunamis that likely reached Crete, just 110 kilometers away. This natural disaster is believed to have significantly weakened the Minoan civilization, leading to its eventual downfall. The similarities between Plato's description of Atlantis and the fate of the Minoans are striking. A flourishing, highly advanced society, the Minoans were known for their sophisticated architecture, art, and trade, much like the fabled Atlanteans. A sudden destruction by water. The volcanic eruption triggered massive waves, which may have wiped out coastal settlements, echoing Plato's account of Atlantis sinking in a single day and night of misfortune. A lost civilization. The Minoans, once dominant in the region, faded from power, leaving behind ruins that were only rediscovered in modern times. Excavations at Akrotiri, a Minoan city on Santorini, have revealed multi-story buildings, advanced plumbing systems, and intricate frescoes depicting seafaring and daily life. The preservation of the ruins under volcanic ash mirrors the fate of Pompeii, providing a glimpse into a once great civilization. Could this be the real Atlantis that Plato wrote about? While the Minoan theory is compelling, it does have limitations. Plato described Atlantis as an island empire beyond the Pillars of Hercules, modern-day Strait of Gibraltar, whereas Santorini and Crete lie well within the Mediterranean. Additionally, the timeline does not align perfectly with Plato's claim that Atlantis was destroyed 9,000 years before his time. However, some historians argue that Plato may have used poetic license or misinterpreted his sources, blending historical events with philosophical allegory. Whether or not the Minoans were the true inspiration for Atlantis, their tragic end remains one of the most fascinating mysteries of the ancient world. 2. The Lost City in the Atlantic Ocean. If Atlantis truly existed, as Plato claimed, then its most logical location would be in the Atlantic Ocean. According to his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Atlantis was a massive island continent, beyond the Pillars of Hercules, modern-day Strait of Gibraltar, which ruled over vast territories before sinking into the sea in a cataclysmic event. This has led many researchers, historians, and explorers to search for evidence of a lost civilization deep beneath the Atlantic waves. The mid-Atlantic ridge and submerged landmasses. One of the most intriguing scientific possibilities for Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean involves the mid-Atlantic ridge, a vast underwater mountain range that stretches from the Arctic to the Southern Ocean. Some theories suggest that portions of this ridge could have once been above sea level, forming islands or even a large landmass that later sank due to shifting tectonic plates, volcanic activity, or rising sea levels. Several submerged landmasses in the Atlantic provide tantalizing clues. The Azores Plateau, a series of islands and underwater structures west of Portugal. Some researchers believe these islands are remnants of a larger, now submerged landmass that may have inspired the Atlantis legend. The Caribbean Plateau. Some theories suggest that parts of the Caribbean, particularly areas around Cuba and the Bahamas, were once connected to a larger landmass before being flooded over time. Doggerland in the North Atlantic. While not directly in the mid-Atlantic, Doggerland, a prehistoric landmass that connected Britain to mainland Europe before it was submerged by rising seas around 6,500 BCE, proves that vast stretches of land can disappear over time. Mysterious underwater structures. The search for Atlantis has led to the discovery of several mysterious underwater formations that some claim are ruins of an advanced civilization. While many of these formations remain controversial, they fuel speculation that Atlantis may have once existed in the Atlantic Ocean. The Bimini Road, Bahamas, a series of rectangular limestone blocks discovered off the coast of Bimini in the 1960s. Some believe it is the remnants of an ancient road or wall, though geologists argue it is a natural rock formation. The Cuba Underwater City. In 2001, a team of researchers using sonar detected what appeared to be symmetrical stone structures at depths of over 2,000 feet near the western coast of Cuba. Some speculated these could be ruins of an ancient city, though their origin remains unproven. The Yonaguni Monument, Japan. Though located in the Pacific rather than the Atlantic, the Yonaguni underwater structures serve as an example of how geological formations can resemble man-made ruins. Could a lost civilization have existed? If Atlantis were a real city in the Atlantic Ocean, its destruction would likely have been caused by one of the following events. 1. A sudden cataclysm. A massive earthquake or tsunami could have submerged an island civilization, much like what happened to Santorini with the Minoans. 2. Gradual sea level rise. During the last ice age, large portions of land were above water. As glaciers melted, rising seas could have swallowed entire settlements. 3. Tectonic activity. The shifting of the Earth's plates may have caused a once thriving civilization to sink, much like how parts of the Atlantic Ocean continue to expand due to plate movements. Despite the lack of definitive proof, the idea of a lost civilization in the Atlantic Ocean remains one of the most popular and enduring theories about Atlantis. The vastness of the ocean means that if such a city ever existed, it may still be waiting to be discovered beneath the waves. 3. Atlantis in South America. One of the more unconventional yet intriguing theories suggests that Atlantis was not in the Mediterranean or the Atlantic Ocean, but in South America. While Plato described Atlantis as being beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the Strait of Gibraltar, some researchers believe this could have referred to lands much farther west, possibly across the Atlantic in the Americas. Could the lost city of Atlantis have been hidden in the jungles, mountains, or plains of South America? The Amazonian civilization theory. One of the most compelling arguments for an Atlantis-like civilization in South America comes from the discovery of ancient, sophisticated settlements in the Amazon rainforest. Early European explorers, like Spanish conquistador Francisco de Orellana, spoke of vast cities, advanced road networks, and rich civilizations in the Amazon basin. Yet by the time later explorers arrived, these cities had vanished, seemingly reclaimed by the jungle. Archaeologists in recent years have uncovered evidence of massive pre-Columbian civilizations in the Amazon. Geoglyphs and lost cities, hundreds of massive geometric earthworks, known as geoglyphs, have been found beneath the rainforest canopy. These structures suggest organized societies that could have rivaled ancient Mesopotamian cities. The Amazon's Black Earth, Terra Preta. scientists have discovered large patches of highly fertile, human-made soil across the region, indicating that ancient civilizations engineered their environment to sustain large populations. The Z cultures, El Dorado, and the city of Z. Explorers have long searched for a mythical lost city in South America, sometimes linked to Atlantis. British explorer Percy Fawcett famously disappeared in 1925 while searching for what he called the City of Z, an advanced ancient civilization hidden deep in the Amazon. Could these lost Amazonian cities have inspired the myth of Atlantis? Some believe that after an ecological disaster, war, or disease, these civilizations collapsed, much like Plato's description of Atlantis sinking into the sea, not literally, but metaphorically as a lost world buried under nature's embrace. Lake Titicaca, a sunken civilization. Another potential connection between Atlantis and South America lies in Lake Titicaca, which sits high in the Andes between Peru and Bolivia. It is the highest navigable lake in the world and was once home to the ancient Tiwanaku civilization, which predated the Incas by thousands of years. Evidence supporting a possible Atlantis connection includes ruins beneath the lake. In 2000, an expedition uncovered ruins of what appeared to be an ancient temple complex submerged beneath Lake Titicaca, complete with roads and terraces. Some researchers believe this could be the remains of a once thriving civilization that was suddenly flooded. Plato's description of a water-rich civilization. Atlantis was said to have vast waterways, canals, and advanced irrigation. The civilizations around Lake Titicaca constructed sophisticated hydraulic systems, reservoirs, and terraces, similar to what Atlantis might have had. Legends of a great flood. The indigenous Aymara and Quechua peoples have myths about a great flood that destroyed a once powerful civilization in the region, much like the Atlantean disaster. The connection to the lost continent of Mu. Some researchers believe that Atlantis was not a single city, but part of a larger, lost prehistoric civilization that may have included South America. This theory is often linked to Mu, another mythical lost continent said to have existed in the Pacific Ocean. According to some versions of the legend, the survivors of Mu's destruction may have migrated to South America, bringing advanced knowledge and architecture with them. Supporters of this theory point to pyramidal structures in South America, the similarity between Mesoamerican pyramids, such as those of the Mayans and Aztecs, and other pyramid-like structures around the world, suggesting a common origin. Pre-Columbian maps. Some ancient maps, like the Piri Reis map, depict South America with an astonishing level of detail for their time, fueling speculation that ancient civilizations had advanced navigation knowledge. Legends of white gods and culture bringers. Many South American myths speak of bearded, fair-skinned culture bringers, such as Viracocha of the Inca and Quetzalcoatl of the Aztecs, who arrived from across the ocean, taught civilization, and then disappeared. Some theorists argue that these figures could have been Atlanteans escaping their sinking homeland. Could Atlantis have been in South America? While mainstream historians and archaeologists generally dismiss the idea of Atlantis being in South America, the region's rich history of lost civilizations, mysterious ruins, and catastrophic floods does bear some resemblance to Plato's account. Whether Atlantis was a literal place or a metaphor for lost knowledge and collapsed civilizations, South America remains one of the most fascinating candidates in the ongoing mystery of the lost city. For Antarctica, a frozen Atlantis. One of the most intriguing and controversial theories about Atlantis suggests that it may not have sunk beneath the ocean, but rather been buried under ice, hidden beneath the frozen expanse of Antarctica. Could this vast, uninhabited continent have once been home to an advanced civilization that met a catastrophic end? The Piri Reis map, a clue from the past. One of the most famous pieces of evidence cited in support of the Antarctic Atlantis theory is the Piri Reis map, a world map drawn by a Turkish admiral in 1513. What makes this map extraordinary is that it appears to depict the coastline of Antarctica without ice, something that, according to mainstream history, was not officially discovered until 1820. The map's depiction of Antarctica aligns closely with modern reconstructions of the continent's subglacial landmass. Some researchers believe the map was based on much older source maps from an ancient civilization with advanced geographical knowledge. If Antarctica was ice-free in the distant past, Could it have once supported human life, and possibly a civilization like Atlantis? The Earth crust displacement theory. In the 20th century, scientist Charles Hapgood proposed the Earth crust displacement theory, which suggests that the Earth's outer crust periodically shifts, moving entire continents into dramatically different climates. According to this theory, Antarctica may not have always been frozen. It could have been located farther north, in a temperate zone, before a sudden shift plunged it into an ice age. This could explain why we find evidence of ancient riverbeds beneath the Antarctic ice, and why fossils of tropical plants have been discovered there. If Antarctica was once in a habitable region, it could have been home to an advanced civilization before it was buried under ice. Ancient structures under the ice. In recent years, satellite images and radar scans of Antarctica's subglacial landscape have revealed some strange anomalies. Lake Vostok anomalies. Beneath over 2 miles of ice lies Lake Vostok, a massive freshwater lake that has been sealed off from the surface for millions of years. Some researchers believe there are unusual magnetic disturbances beneath the ice, potentially suggesting artificial structures. Pyramid-like structures. In 2016, satellite images of Antarctica revealed massive pyramid-shaped formations buried under the ice. While many geologists argue that these are simply natural mountains, others speculate they could be remnants of an ancient civilization. Google Earth anomalies. Conspiracy theorists have pointed to unusual patterns in satellite imagery, suggesting hidden ruins or underground tunnels beneath the Antarctic ice. Legends of a lost civilization in the south. The idea of a lost civilization in Antarctica is not entirely new. Some ancient legends hint at a land of great knowledge hidden in the farthest southern reaches of the world. The Greeks and the Antичthones. Some ancient Greek philosophers speculated about a great, unknown land in the southern hemisphere, which they called Antичthones, literally, the counter-Earth. Could they have been referring to a now-buried civilization? The Nazis and the Antarctic connection. During World War II, Nazi Germany launched an expedition to Antarctica, known as Neuschwabenland, and allegedly set up secret bases there. Some theories suggest they were searching for lost knowledge, possibly even remnants of Atlantis. Indigenous legends. Some South American myths speak of a lost land to the south that was home to an advanced people who mysteriously disappeared. Could these be distorted memories of an ancient Antarctic civilization? Could Atlantis be buried beneath Antarctica? While mainstream historians dismiss the idea of an Antarctic Atlantis as speculation, the possibility remains intriguing. If Earth's climate was different in the distant past, allowing for habitable conditions in Antarctica, then the idea of a lost civilization beneath the ice is not entirely out of the question. Whether or not Atlantis itself lies beneath the frozen continent, the mysteries surrounding Antarctica, its unexplored regions, ancient riverbeds, and strange geological formations, continue to fuel speculation that there may be far more to the icy expanse than we currently understand. Atlantis, fact or fiction? Despite all these theories, no concrete evidence has ever been found to prove Atlantis existed. Most historians and archaeologists believe that Plato's account was a philosophical allegory rather than a historical fact. It was meant to illustrate the dangers of arrogance and corruption, rather than record a real lost civilization. Legends of sunken cities exist across different cultures. Could it be that Plato's Atlantis was just one version of a universal human myth? The idea that civilizations rise and fall, and that nature is always more powerful than man's creations. Atlantis in pop culture. Atlantis has captivated imaginations for centuries. It appears in books, films, and even video games. From Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea to Disney's Atlantis. The Lost Empire, the mystery of this sunken city continues to inspire storytelling across generations. Conclusion, what do you think? Whether Atlantis was real or not, its legend reminds us of humanity's endless quest for knowledge and discovery. We are drawn to the unknown, eager to uncover lost secrets. Perhaps Atlantis was never about a single place, but about the idea that no civilization, no matter how great, is immune to the forces of time and nature. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this journey into history and mystery, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of the past that continue to shape our world today.